In the 1987 autobiography, The Art of the Deal, Trump claimed his grandfather, Friedrich Trump, was Swedish. In 1990, Trump was vague about the issue, telling Vanity Fair, "My father was not German. My father's parents were German, Swedish, and really sort of all over Europe." In 1999, Trump was Grand Marshal of the German-American Parade in New York City.
"I'm a proud German-American. Enjoy the parade."
Why doesn't he show his birth certificate?
If the state of Hawaii says this is official, he was born in Hawaii, why do you deny that?
A lot of people do not think it was an authentic certificate.
He was perhaps born in Kenya.
President Barack Obama was born in the United States, period. Hillary Clinton started the birther controversy.
Hillary is a birther.
I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers.
Yeah, let me just read the tweet first. It says, H-1B holders in the United States can rest assured changes are coming. Will bring both simplicity and certainty to their stay, including a potential path to citizenship. We want to encourage talented and highly skilled people to pursue career options in the U.S. So do you think this is a complete flip-flop from the president in terms of his prior view, or kind of an evolution of where he was on it? It seemed like a pretty important...
It's the end of the week, so let's call it an evolution.
Are we going to get involved with Syria? No.
Tonight I ordered a targeted military strike on the airfield in Syria.
We'll be coming out of Syria like very soon. Let the other people take care of it now. They're all coming back. And they're coming back now.
The president said everyone's coming out. Orders were given to expedite the removal of the 2,000 U.S. Special Forces and others in Syria. Then everyone started to say, wait a minute, what will happen to those who the U.S. and its coalition partners fought alongside?
Now the White House has issued a clarification. In the statement, it says there will not be an immediate withdrawal of American forces. Troops will still stay in Syria.
Right. Partial birth abortion. Would President Trump ban partial birth abortion?
Well, look, I'm very pro-choice.
But you would not ban it?
No.
Or ban partial birth abortion?
No, I am pro-choice in every respect.
Believe in punishment for abortion, yes or no, as a principle? There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah.
Do you think it's murder, abortion?
I have my opinions on it, but I'd rather not comment on it.
Because you have said that Planned Parenthood, they do some good things, you say.
Senate leadership failed to include conscience protections in the spending bill, which would protect pro-life health care workers from taking part in abortion.
Why did the president sign the spending bill on Friday? It funds Planned Parenthood. That's something he said he's opposed to. Why did he sign it?
It's a tough call. Kept the government open.
I will never sign another bill like this again. I'm not going to do it again.
It changes. I will be changing very rapidly. I'm very capable of changing to anything I want to change to.
We just got breaking news this morning. According to Axios, what the president is talking about doing, he hasn't done it yet, it's one of these things where he's musing, he will do it because he wants us to talk about it, is to do away with birthright citizenship.
Now they're saying I can do it just with an executive order. Now, how ridiculous. We're the only country in the world where a person comes in, has a baby, and the baby is essentially a citizen of the United States for 85 years with all of those benefits. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it has to end.
Have you talked about that with council?
Yeah, I have.
So where in the process?
It's in the process. It'll happen.
For people that have been here for years, that have, been hard workers, have good jobs, are supporting a family, it's very, very tough to just say, you have to leave, get out. How do you throw somebody out that's lived in this country for 20 years? We just can't throw everybody out.
It began with the president informing the Speaker of the House that, yes, in fact, he would be delivering that State of the Union address as planned next week. Now, that was a move that invited a response from the Speaker herself, telling the president, no, you're not going to do that.
Pelosi just responded, and she said she will not consider a concurrent resolution to have you come to the House on January 29th to deliver your State of the Union. Your response to the House Speaker.
The president declaring that he would, in fact, wait to deliver his State of the Union until a later date.
And we have to start by building a wall, a big, beautiful, powerful wall. Who is going to pay for the wall?
They may not know it yet, but the answer is Mexico.
Things are negotiable. I'll be honest with you. You know, I'll make the wall 2 feet shorter or something. I mean, everything's negotiable.
We're going to build a wall, okay? We're going to build a wall. And it'll be a real wall. And by the way, it will be paid for by Mexico, and they understand that. We didn't discuss payment of the wall. That'll be for a later date.
President Trump is flip-flopping tonight over funding for his border wall. He's long promised that Mexico will pay for it.
Going to have a shutdown. There's nothing we can do about that.
Well, the president saying he is going to take some major action on the border if he does not get the wall money he wants.
We will be forced to close the southern border entirely if the obstructionist Democrats do not give us the money to finish the wall.
I can't tell you when the government's going to be open. I can tell you it's not going to be open until we have a wall, a fence, whatever they'd like to call it.
This is him quoting you. I just want to check that the shutdown could go on for months or even a year or longer. Did you say that? And is that your?
I did.
Is that your assessment of where we are?
That. Absolutely, I said that.
He's not going to sign a bill that doesn't have money for the wall. If he gives in now, that's the end of 2019 in terms of him being an effective president. That's probably the end of his presidency.
I am very proud to announce today that we have reached a deal to end the shutdown and reopen the federal government.
Yesterday, he was saying no short-term deal unless there is a down payment on the wall. Right. There is no down payment for the wall. So what is his thinking?
The best way to get this thing to conclusion is to open up the government.
After last week ended with a remarkable cave on his demand for a border wall, today House Speaker Nancy Pelosi extended an invitation to the president for his State of the Union speech, announcing the new date as February 5th.
I want people to come into our country in the largest numbers ever. It's political bullshit. Do you understand? Hillary Clinton, I think, is a terrific woman. I mean, I'm a little biased because I've known her for years. I just like her. If I win, I am going to instruct my Attorney General to get a special prosecutor to look into your situation, because there has never been so many lies, so much deception. There has never been anything like it. And we're going to have a special prosecutor. When I speak, I go out and speak. The people of this country are furious. In my opinion, the people that have been long-term workers at the FBI are furious.
You know, it's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton. At pretty much every rally, President-elect Trump was hearing from the crowds, lock her up. And he said on Tuesday to the New York Times that he is not looking to prosecute Hillary Clinton when he comes into office.
You got to speak to Jeff Sessions about that.
Lock her up. What? So?
No, it's okay. No, forget it. That plays great before the election. No, we don't care, right?
In many cases, I probably identify more as a Democrat. NATO is obsolete. The Ukraine.
NATO's obsolete.
I think it's largely obsolete, yeah. It's got to be changed. I reiterated to Chancellor Merkel my strong support for NATO. I said it was obsolete. It's no longer obsolete. Once again, the full faith and support for America's intelligence agencies. I have a full faith in our intelligence agencies. Well, we're going to get infrastructure. Infrastructure is the easiest of all. Infrastructure is going to be starting right after the midterms. I hate the concept of guns.
So, big Second Amendment. We're all heavy on the Second Amendment.
This morning, we also completed the process to issue a new regulation banning bump stocks.
Now, wait. You can't do it through an executive order.
My father.
Ivanka feels very strongly. My wife feels very strongly about it. I feel very strongly about it.
We're going to keep families together, but the border is going to be just as tough as it's been.
Liberal in health care.
Universal health
coverage
I
for the
like
nation.
universal.
As far as single payer, it works in Canada. It works incredibly well in Scotland.
I will ask Congress to convene a special session so we can repeal and replace. And we will do it very, very quickly. I never said repeal it and replace it within 64 days. I have a long time. We'll just let Obamacare fail. Everybody's got to be covered. This is an un-Republican thing for me to say.
Universal health care.
I am going to take care of everybody.
Who pays for it?
The government's going to pay for it.
What do you think of eminent domain?
I think it's a wonderful thing. I'll be honest with you. Very few complaints the way it is. People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate. There has been so little trouble.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses?
That is correct. I really believe the Republicans are just too crazy right. I mean, hey, I lived in New York City and Manhattan all my life, okay? So, you know, my views are a little bit different than if I lived in Iowa, perhaps. We never do anything right with China. I was very impressed with President Xi. I will absolutely give my return, but I'm being audited now.
Allow them to have
Well, look, as I've told you, they're under audit. They have been for a long time. They're extremely complex. People wouldn't understand them. And if they don't stop them, we're closing the border. They'll close it, and we'll keep it closed for a long time. I'm not playing games. If they don't, and I'm telling you right now, we will close the damn border.
Closing down the border would have potentially catastrophic economic impact on our country.
We're going to give them a one-year warning, and if the drugs don't stop or largely stop, we're going to put tariffs on Mexico and products, in particular cars. And if that doesn't stop the drugs, we close the border. I don't think we'll ever have to close the border.
Though he tried to walk back his one-year deadline within the span of a day.
So the border stays open at least for a year?
No, I didn't say that. We would start with the tariffs, and we'll see what happens.
Saying, remember, it was the Republican Party, with the help of conservatives, that made so many promises to their base, but didn't keep them.
Donald J. Trump.
Thank you. Thank you.